Well, I'm not sure what the final bill will look like. Senator Leahy will be a conferee and have a lot to say about the final version. We need a bill, without any question. We need support for state governments like Vermont that are facing tremendous budget shortfalls, especially in Medicaid and other safety net services. We need an infusion of resources to create jobs and put more people back to work. Many of our friends and neighbors are losing their jobs. I know 4 people who are related to employees in my office who've been laid off in just the last couple of weeks. So we have to have a bill. I know there are different ideas, and we need to get Republicans and Democrats together to work out differences and put a bill on the president's desk.
I think the final bill is going to be different than what we saw in the House Representatives. I'll work with Governor Douglas and with the members of the Vermont legislature in trying to put together a bill that best reflects the needs at home. But we all agree, a lot of people who want to work are out of work. They don't know how they're going to pay their heating bills, how they're going to pay their bills for their kids. What they want to do is go back to work and pay the bills. We've got to put them back to work. But we also, I think, ought to use this as an opportunity to make sure there's jobs in the future, not just now. One of the things the governor and I have discussed is broadband, the need to get broadband throughout the state. We'll work closely together on that. We can probably tie it in to the power grid and make it work. But this is, I agree with Governor Douglas, this is a time we don't wear labels of Republicans or Democrats. We're Americans at a time when our country is facing the gravest financial crisis that it's faced, certainly in my adult life, and we've got to bring America back to work. I think there will be a bill. I stayed in Washington over the weekend. I've talked with a lot of senators, both parties. I think there's a realization we've got to have something. Now, the problem is nobody knows what the absolute best way to do it might be. But I think we've been helped by the fact that governors, both parties have weighed in, said here are the specific needs we have, here's how we can put people back to work. That's going to weigh heavily on the Congress, and certainly in discussions I've had with the president, it's going to weigh heavily on him.
Well, the governors have asked for help in 2 specific areas, such as Medicaid and infrastructure. We need Medicaid support to help balance our budgets, to avoid draconian cuts in key programs that the state provides, and to avoid tax increases at the state level. And we need the infrastructure assistance to put people to work, to create jobs, as well as to rebuild the roads, bridges, rails, and culverts of our states. I think the senator is exactly right that infrastructure has to be looked at in a broader context. We need to develop a smart grid so that Vermonters and all Americans have a chance to regulate their cost of electricity and consumption. We need to have broadband access literally around the nation so that we can build our economic base and provide a greater opportunity for success. We need to enhance our water and sewer systems in many communities and provide that kind of infrastructure support as well. So we hope that we'll have a bill ultimately that will address these critical needs, and one that people of both parties can support.